I'm not gonna think it. Guys, I'm so excited because a matured woman, a white woman to be precise, decide to take it upon herself to educate New York City. Meanwhile, while all of these things that has been going through during the election process, east, west, north, and south, this woman has literally not said anything. Now she now deemed it fit to now start asking questions. She is actually getting the absolute answer. In fact, there is nothing as worse as this Fafo and Kama that I've literally seen, because a lot of people took their time to give her the exact response that she actually wants. You know, one thing about these white folks that I've noticed is even when something is passed, they try their possible best to just make it look like they are relevant, even when they are not relevant. Anyways, credit belongs to the original creators of every single clips and stitches I'll be using in my today's episode. Disclaimers, this is just for educational purposes only, not to come here and rough on anyone's shoulder or defame anybody. Anyways, a very big thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing my videos, dropping commentaries, dropping super thanks, and also joining my membership. I really do appreciate you guys. I do not take you guys for granted. With that being said, let's listen to what she have to say, and I'll be back with commentaries. And let me know your honest thoughts in the comment section.
I live in New York City and I'm scared. I'm worried about Zoran Mamdani. He has a religion. If you can't impose religion on New York City. This is New York City.
Question, New York. How many of you read the Quran Bible before voting in Mamdani? I'm just curious. I want to know how many New Yorkers think it's okay to beat your wife if she's not obedient. And I also want to know how many New Yorkers think it's okay to have sex with prepubescent girls as long as they can handle it. I don't think any of you read anything or researched anything before you voted this man in. You all are so fucked. Good luck.
The what? The what? How many of y'all read the Quran Bible before voting in Mamdani? The Quran Bible? The Quran Bible? What the fuck is the Quran Bible? No, I can't go further until you say, what the fuck is the Quran Bible? Are you trying to say Quran? Are you trying to say Quran? And why would it be the Quran Bible? you really ask people in New York City, if they read the Quran Bible before they swore in Mamdani, you don't even live in New York. I'm gonna take it all the way there. You don't even live in New York. You don't live anywhere near New York City. You can't distinguish between the Quran and whatever the fuck the Quran is. And you think the Quran is also the Bible because you called it the Quran Bible. Maybe it's not either. Maybe it's not the Quran or the Bible. Maybe it really is the Quran Bible. How do you put your shoes on? You got Velcros, don't you? You wear Velcro on your shoes, don't you? It's okay. It's just you and me and a couple other people that's gonna watch this shit. You wear Velcro on your fucking shoes, don't you? Because that's the only way I can see you actually walking out of the house with shoes on. They're either Crocs or they have Velcro. The motherfucking Quran Bible. That's the dumbest shit I've heard today. Yeah. That is the dumbest fucking thing I've heard today. Thank you. Better late than never. Dumbest fucking thing I've heard today. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Mamdani swearing in the Quran, I would just like to say to all the people who said it's unconstitutional, the Constitution literally says freedom of religion, however you want to practice it in whatever religion you want. So if you want to say, I don't like that, if you want to say that's unchristian, those are two things that you can say. Unconstitutional is like, not, that's not it. Because like they covered that and they said it was fine.
Number one, it's called Quran. Not Quran. It's called Quran. Number two, you want to talk about beating your wife is in the Quran. Let's talk about the white man's Bible and white Christianity being used to control slaves. Oh, you don't want to talk about that? Because it doesn't fit your agenda? You want to mispronounce another Bible. You want to bitch and complain because Mamdani swore in on the Quran when other politicians have sworn in on things like the Constitution, a Spider-Man comic, other things than the white man's Bible. Again, if you are going to talk about supposedly beating your wife being in the Quran, talk about the white man's Bible and white Christianity being used to control slaves.
How is this not in violation of his oath to office? And how is he not in violation of his pledge of citizenship? Or how he even holds an office when he's not a naturally born citizen is beyond me. But yeah, that needs to change. Do I need to get that petition going? I thought there were people up there handling that. Guess not. Look for that. Maybe next week. Take a listen to this and tell me what you think.
Zohran Mamdani just swore into office on the Quran, and everybody on the left is applauding him, saying that this is amazing and cheering it on. So I decided it would be a fun thing for all of us to look at a couple of the verses of the Quran and see what it teaches. Chapter 2, verses 282 says that the testimony of two women is equivalent to one man. Chapter 4 verse 3 says that men can take up to 4 wives for themselves, but women can only have 1 husband. Chapter 2 verse 2 to 3 and 23, 5 through 7 both outline that women are like farmland to their husbands. Essentially, they can't refuse intimacy. The husbands can go up and have their way whenever they please. In other words, ladies, if your husband wants it and you don't pay up, there will be consequences. What are those consequences, you might ask? Well, chapter 4 verse 34 instructs men on how to properly beat their wives for disobedience. It also says that men have complete authority over their wives, so freedom, is really up to what your husband thinks. The Quran also allows in chapter 65 verse 4 for a man to marry an underage girl, but he can consummate the marriage whenever he deems that she is physically ready. But enough about the internal laws. What does the Quran teach about Islam, the religion, externally in the world? 385, that there's no religion other than Islam. 489 says that anybody who opposes Islam is apostate and therefore should be, quote, seized and killed. And then all of these verses call for violence against unbelievers. So congratulations, New York. That's your guy.
And I've heard his first few days in office have been really great. Holding on to those promises. Yeah. He didn't have the authority for some of those promises. He's finding that out now.
New York, how many
off the cross? We need the wood. You Christian nationalists ever read your Bible or a history book before voting in Nero Trump Manson and his Schittler Mouse Club administration of Christian nationalist fascism? If you did read a history book, maybe you'd learn that Christianity is the father of fascism, that the patriarchy you speak of comes out of the Christian Bible. And Christian societies have treated women terribly all the way up to the 1960s and 70s, and still even today. Trump's administration is trying to drop the age of consent back down to 14, while Christian society has uplifted and participated in child marriage as low as 9 years old for 1,500 plus fucking years up to the 1890s. So again, you clearly never read a book in your life, and yet you voted for the Ku Klux Klan, Nero Trump Manson, Schittler Mouse Club administration. You put money over people, capitalism over humanity, and property rights over human rights. Because we know you Christian nationalists, well, you prey on humanity. P-R-E-Y, prey. For a Christian dollar god of imperialistic child marriage and slavery, which is another thing you Christians uplifted and participated in for 1,500 plus fucking years, even creating the chattel slave era and racism and essentially white supremacy out of your Christian societies. Also, one last small factor here. It's the same Abrahamic god of evil. Deconstruct from your imperialism. Try reading a book instead of burning them and banning them. Try uplifting education instead of destroying it with your Christian nationalist Project 2025 and Moms for Liberty, better known as the Daughters of the Confederacy, Part 2. All grown up and still whitewashing history. Just like your January 6th whitewashed history.
I believe it's pronounced Quran. And before you start asking people if they've read the Quran, have you read the King James Christian Bible? Let me answer that for you, because the answer is probably no, because it's written on 12th grade reading level, and the average American has about a 7th grade reading level. So even if you could sound out the words, you probably don't have the comprehension skills to understand it. And all that stuff you read in the Quran, which I know you haven't read, you find just the same thing and worse in the Bible.
How many times I have to tell you ignorant motherfuckers this? It's called the First fucking Amendment. It's called freedom of religion. You don't have to like it.
Fascist.
I'm not a racist.
I'm not a cultist. And I'm definitely not a Nazi.
You know the quickest and easiest way not to have to say any of that? By not subscribing to a political ideology that would force you to. If you don't believe in fascist shit, you never have to call yourself, you never have to say, I'm not a fascist. Despite what a whole bunch of fucking people on TikTok want to believe, I do not care what Merriam-Webster says. Thomas the Villain Bishop is not racist towards white people. I am prejudiced towards racist people. And if it hit you, bitch, it meant to. I am not a follower. I don't hang out with followers. Let's all go sniff the same butts. Okay. I got shit better to do, man. I got shit to do. I'm not staying there with that. No. And as far as being called a Nazi, come on, man. Come on. Some of you dumbasses still don't even know what the fuck the Nazi party was. Some of y'all think that the funny mustache man with the one nut, the bad mustache, and the greasy hair was a good guy with his his 5'6" ass. Do I look like I would be welcome around them motherfuckers? No. A lot of methanese and a lot of cousin fucking for me. I'm good. I'll stay home and pick out the toe jam on my feet. I'm good. If you subscribe to a political ideology that puts you in the same room with the fascist, the racist, the cultists, and the Nazis, maybe you should change your fucking political thoughts. Did that ever occur to you? Y'all out here making videos in front of cameras and microphones where people can see and hear you declaring some shit. Maybe, and I'm just spitballing, you wouldn't have to declare it if you wasn't hanging out with motherfuckers that are fascists, racist, cult-like, and Nazis. Did that ever occur to you? Did that ever occur to you? Y'all might not be fascists, racist, cultish, and Nazis, but you are wearing their uniforms. You are drinking coffee with them. You're at the table with the motherfuckers. Maybe it isn't you. Maybe you aren't these things. But wouldn't it be a hell of a lot easier for you to distance yourself from the people that are, rather than make these dumbass videos saying this shit? I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
Hi, ma'am. Yes. Yeah. Here. See? Look at me. Look at me. Look me in the eye. There you go. I think the word you're looking for is Quran. Quran. Say it with me. Say it with me. Quran. Quran. What the fuck is a Quran Bible? Holy shit. It should be illegal to be that fucking stupid. Maybe actually think before you open your mouth and say some fucking nonsense like that.
Anyways, welcome back, guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed all of that clip that I actually showed you guys. So literally what this woman is trying to do is to educate. She's educating US people, asking them questions why they have to vote for Zora Mandani if they actually know the advantage of voting for Zora Mandani. You know, the annoying part of this is all of these questions are not coming up when Zora Mandani was still campaigning. It came up when the campaign was over. He was declared the winner and he was supposed to swear in. So because the swearing in, he used Quran to swear in, she now decided that this is her right time for her to trend. Even the same way she's even pronouncing the Quran is not even absolutely correct. And a lot of folks actually came for her. In fact, I just stitched little of the videos that you guys are seeing. And sometimes I keep asking myself, why are these white folks like this? Why is it that whenever you want them to speak on a particular issue that would definitely help every single person, they don't, until when they are now looking, until when it's now looking like they're almost getting to the end of that thing, or they've crossed the end of that thing, or the end of that border, then you start seeing them showing up their faces, showing up how intelligent they are, and at the end of the day, I don't see that. I don't know if you guys get what I'm trying to say. Because for you to come out now and then you are asking this type of question, what kind of answers do you want people to tell you? What do you want them to tell you? They should tell you that, we didn't really see the disadvantage. Look at the first clip that I also played for you, where this lady was like, oh, I'm scared for Zonny Mandani. Are you kidding me? Are you for real? I really, really love the fafo she got, honestly. Because I said it in one of my videos. A lot of white folks are even concerned that Zora Mandani actually sworn in with Quran. Don't you guys know what the Constitution states? What were you expecting him to sworn in with? The Bible? For crying out loud, this man is a Muslim. This man has literally been proud, showing himself, showing his Quran, doing his Muslim thing. So people that voted for him knew who he was. White folks, try your possible best to educate your parents. Try to educate your friends. Try to educate your family members. Because honestly, they are coming out here to always disgrace you people. And it's not making sense. How do you go ahead and start talking about what is already in the past? Let's even say, okay, yeah, the person that actually sworn in, which is according to one man, the orange man did not even sworn in with anything. He sworn in with putting his hands in different sheets as far as it's concerned. So you people should stop that attitude of bringing people backward. Now we are not looking for what is the way forward. What can this person offer? Doesn't matter what he literally sworn in with. And the Constitution stated as well that freedom of religion. So what's the big deal? He chooses what he wants. Anyways, let me know what you think. Credit belongs to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. If you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Do well to subscribe, like this video, drop me your comments, and lastly, do not forget to share for every other person to get this good news. And thank you so much for staying stick and with me to the end of this video. Let me know your honest opinion, right? I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, subscribing, dropping commentaries, and also dropping super thanks and joining my membership. I do not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. Yes, with that being said, with no further ado, I'd like always say in my videos, I'm going to be saying bye, and I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye guys. I love you guys. Mwah.